It's an introduced pest being hunted by an introduced predator.
Still.
Yeah, I know, but
Heavy sigh.
yeah, cats killing machines.
Yeah.
And
It's one of the only reasons why I like cats.
Wow.
Because they kill things?
Yes. Specifically mice.
Yet you don't have one.
I don't have mice.
You have a guinea pig.
That's not.
not all cats will hunt mice.
It's not. It's not what I
Hello,
asked.
Slayer.
Guinea pig has to live. Apparently, I was not given a choice in the matter.
I can't.
Who gave you the guinea pig?
It was not given to me. I am holding it hostage until my sister shows up.
Mm.
Right, that's what's happening.
And then you're gonna let it go?
In my coffee.
Yes, out a window, hopefully, or into
Yeah.
my sister's arms. One of the two.
Well,
Either
unlike
as well.
mice, the guinea pigs are a lot heavier, and they actually have a terminal velocity that'll hurt them.
They're such they're such useless animals.
They're big chunky boys.
They cannot jump. They can't fucking jump. They can't fucking climb. They barely run compared to other rodents. They can't go up a slight incline. They're fucking terrible.
Do you know why they're like that?
Because they're horribly made.
Yes, because they evolved on an island with no predators.
Yeah, and it shows. And they're listen, I have had many, well, I should say many guinea pigs. I had 3 guinea pigs, and one of those did have another 3 guinea pigs.
Yes, well, they.
And I think they're cute, but I cannot live with them anymore.
I hate it.
They're so bad.
Yeah.
The last 2 I had were 2 boys, and they were all guinea pigs are divas, and they're all terrible. And the boys would they're like, okay, you're feeding us at 6 a.m. in the morning. And I'm like, I don't want to feed you at 6 a.m. in the morning. And they're like, cool, we're literally going to grab our own shit and throw it out the cage.
Oh,
until you come feed us.
They come from the Andes Mountains. They're domesticated to be a source of food.
No, they come from hell.
I'm sorry, why would we eat a guinea pig?
A lot of, actually, that is very common.
They're big chunky morons.
They are.
I don't want to eat them.
Yeah.
They're cute, but they're terrible. They're terrible creatures. Anyway,
so
there's no guinea pigs in this game.
The VOD's name is going to be Guinea Pigs or Divas.
Listen, they are, okay? The first guinea pig I had that had babies was a horrible mother because she was so much of a fucking diva. Every time she got upset, she had like a little igloo shelter and she'd flip it over and pee in it. Man. And her children would be fucking in it! And she didn't care! She's a terrible mother.
I'm gonna just post this picture of this failed cat.
Anyway.
A cat.
Let's play a game. And let that game be D&D. Does anyone want to do a recap?
No.
Guinea pigs is 2 words?
Yeah.
No.
Maple almost died. But
Alright.
The rest of us were fine.
Alright, we went to a casino. It was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
We decided to start winning. Also pretty cool. Then they told us that we won't get reimbursed for our money. That was pretty not cool. And then we started, and then a riot started, and that was pretty cool because there was money everywhere, which was also pretty cool. And then they told us that no money is good enough, and that was pretty uncool. So then we killed everybody, and that was pretty cool, or not cool. I don't know anymore.
Well, I mean, that was just so perfect. I don't know what to add except like any detail.
I think I summarized it quite well. Thank you very much.
Alex, what's your character's name? My mind is
Quinn.
Quinn. I was like, it's Q something. What is it?
Quintinius.
Quinn jumped on a bunch of fucking tables.
Yeah.
All right.
The ideal.
I'll do the
his
actual.
friend also wanted to meet some
Oh,
babes.
yeah.
I'll do the actual one now. Okay. So we were told that we needed to go shut down this casino because it was pretty bad, and what we were gonna do is use our luck that we gained from Istis to go win everything.
Yeah, cat?
And so we decided to go. Shut up.
Ding.
We decided to go, and we walked in, and there was Quinn's buddy, this hot little tiefling, and
Uh-huh.
Invalid. Try again.
Not biased or anything.
what? He's of age, I think.
That yes, but that's not like the first thing you should latch onto.
And he was losing, and so we decided, and so Quinn was like, all right, get out of here. And he was like, hey Quinn, why do you have all these hot babes around you? Quinn's like, get out of here, give me your money. All right, now get out of here. And so the four of us went about our task. I went to Nadinia went over to the slot machines and put in a coin and was like, I seem to be winning, as money just poured out of the machines.
Golly gee, where's this money coming?
Oh my god, it's almost as if I'm lucky or something. I better cash out. Kira went and played cards for a little while. Was getting dealt good hands. Quinn went upstairs to do the robot racing, and let's just say his competition was left in the dust.
Ha 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 ha.
And or vaporized.
They may have had an explosive disagreement.
That's like a 3 out of 10.
They went boom.
Well, now you're just not trying.
Yeah, that's just lazy. Come on, Chris, I expected more out of you.
You want a better pun?
Yeah.
The other people there blew up about the fact that they could not win and kicked him out.
That's just in. There are hairless guinea pigs, and they're pretty cursed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stop.
Sorry.
Stop.
I like the long-haired ones because they're the original Roomba.
I better not see a single image in our fucking chat.
I did not post an image because they're very cursed.
Anyway.
I have no qualms.
And Maple went over to the pool table and was like, I don't even need luck for this shit. This is just me winning.
Yeah.
And the boss was like, all right, Nadania, Kira, I'm gonna need you guys to come with me into the office so we can have a talk. And Kara and Nadine were like, oh no, this seems terrible. I want my money. And they just started being a bunch of Karens. And Maple was like,
Karen squad activate.
And Maple was like, I wonder what this button does as she puts a coin into the slot machine. and then repeats the process until she runs out of slot machines.
And starts a full-on riot as she leaves them.
Yep.
Quinn decides to antagonize someone and then hop behind the
Wait,
bar.
wait.
Okay.
She goes over to the bartender and is like, "Hey, so you have two choices. You can run and not be a part of this, or you can stay here and be a part of this." And he
Yeah.
hops over the bar and is like, or no, he hops up on the table and is like, "Hey, everybody, they're not giving us our money." And everybody just stares at him like he's a fucking idiot.
They're right, but it was very rude.
And then the proprietor of the joint decided, kill them both. And I was like, okay. So we have to, they're going to kill us all. Guess that means we're starting combat. And so we did. And so we won. Unfortunately, Maple was injured heavily in the fight. And
Rolled a nat 1 on her first death save.
we're not, but she's fine.
Barely.
I made her drink a potion.
Which is sad because Maple had such good moments with starting a riot and then jumping into it.
She jumped into it, and then she was like dodging attacks and punching people and everything, and then she just got cut down all at once. It felt like, I don't know. It might have something to do with the amount of HP she has. I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
That's for sure.
Hey, I just know how to make people drink stuff.
That's how we're going with that?
What?
Oh, we also got a bunch of gifts
Make
from
somebody
people.
thirsty around here. Where's Blue Boy at?
Wow. We also got a bunch of gifts from people, and we all got a bunch of neat stuff that was
Oh, right.
Yes.
made.
So we each got a gift from somewhere. I'm going to find out what's behind said somewhere. And we also got we've met a fox familiar who was the most adorable thing in the world, and I want it. I want that fox. Quinn, give me that fox.
I can't just give you something that's not mine.
Yes, you can.
This is called stealing.
I'm confused about this.
Okay, let me
But yeah.
rephrase. I'm not stealing from my fucking...
Someone got some gloves of the thievery kind.
Yep.
Someone got some flying boots.
That was you.
I forget what the other two were. I don't
I got
remember.
a hat of disguise.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
hat
you got a
disguise,
hat.
And
Quinn,
I
what'd you
got
get?
wintry
scarf or
shit.
something. What was it?
Wintry shit.
Is it a scarf
Booties
of
of the
protection?
winter.
or
Oh
something
yeah,
like
you
that?
got boots of the not cold.
Boots of warming,
Wait.
but it's a scarf.
Yeah. What did you actually get?
Boots of winter something.
But it's a scarf.
But it's a scarf. Okay. Not confusing at all.
It's
Boots of winter something. It's a scarf.
It's fine.
Winterlands. Boots of the Winterlands.
Yes, and then
You are resistant to cold. You ignore difficult terrain made by ice and snow, and you can tolerate negative 50 degrees Fahrenheit without any protection, or 100 degrees with negative 100 degrees with protection.
yes, and he got a necklace from his mom.
Oh God, Alec needed those boots so bad.
And Quinn also learned something. that the dad, who he got all this debt from, which had absolutely no effect upon his life whatsoever, might not have been his dad.
Is that what the conversation was? I thought it was just that he didn't have a debt anymore.
No, that's what the conversation was about. Was so one of the things in this world is if you're, at least one of the things for this, it's the city specifically, is there's a fucking stupid ass rule where if your parent dies, you accrue the debt of the parent.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what they were talking about for Quinn.
Yeah, but I thought if you became like a follower of Istis, your debt was
Yes.
wiped out.
Yeah.
So I
Yes.
thought that's what happened.
Yes, but he was telling him that
There wasn't any debt to wipe out.
yes, that was it.
Oh,
Because whoever is actually listed as his dad isn't.
is not
Yeah.
his dad.
Yeah.
Well
All I'm
then,
hearing is I was immaculate consumption. Whatever.
Consumption?
Immaculate
Yeah.
consumption.
Yep, that's the word I'm gonna stick with.
so what I'm hearing is that your mom was she got around.
That's probably possible. I mean, she was a fucking
She's a what?
teenager at the time. Left
She
to
was
her
a
own devices.
teenager at the time. Wow.
Well, the elf equivalent. So, consenting adult age, but also childish.
Well then,
Oh, look, she was like 95. Does that make you happy?
here I am, never gotten laid. Oh god, I
Are
never
you-
got laid in 32.
Are you talking about Nadinia or yourself?
Nadinia.
Okay. All right. I think that was about it for the wrap up. Was there anything you guys wanted to do? The fox kind of woke you guys up pretty early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Is there
So,
anything else that we wanted to do? I'm a go train.
Okay. Yep. Training room is empty. You're more than welcome to. Maurice goes and starts working on breakfast because you guys eat so much. She has to start early.
We don't eat that much.
As
I'm-
we
I'm a-
scarf
Some
down.
doubt there.
I'm gonna sleep until actual breakfast.
Okay. It's only
I'm
about a couple.
hungover.
I'm sorry. Did you say you're hungover?
Yeah.
From what?
I bought a bottle of wine at the casino and
Yeah.
I had to deal with it.
Okay.
You had to deal
Had
with
to.
it.
That's great. You have an alcoholic wizard.
She's not an alcoholic.
There's no way that any of this could go wrong whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Everything will be fine.
So instead of Maurice going around with the I think he used a cowbell last time. Instead
Uh-huh.
of him going around to wake you up that way, instead you hear like a very loud thud at the door. And then you hear another one, and then you hear Val's voice come out, and she says, "Kitchen now."
Hmm. Coffee now.
That is in kitchen. And she walks away.
Alright, well. I will go where the coffee is.
Okay. Maple, are you up?
Yeah, I think she's just kind of wandering around.
Okay. Um, there's not a whole lot of people that actually stay up at the temple. It's usually just reserved for Star Called and then really high up clerics and paladins.
Mm.
And there's not even that many of those, so there's probably only about 6 or so paladins and clerics other than you guys. But yeah. So you guys all meet up in the kitchen. Maurice is getting together breakfast.
But do I though?
Huh?
But do I though?
Oh yeah, Val comes in, opens the training door and yells at you that there's to go to the kitchen now.
Oh yeah? Make me.
When you look at her, because she didn't really look at you guys, she was just telling you through the door. If you turn and look at her, she is covered in something rancid.
Okay. 1, shower. 2,
Nasty.
2, make me.
You're gonna get covered in that shit, dude.
Yeah. Okay. She'll go over and she's gonna try to grapple you.
Okay. Cool with this.
Yeah.
I want this.
Okay, buddy. If that is your prerogative.
Oh, she won.
Yep.
Oh no, I'm being dragged off by a woman stronger than me. Oh darn.
She basically grabs you, tucks you under her arm, and drags you back to where everyone else is and plops you down in a seat. Maurice goes ahead. He starts getting the breakfast out, and he keeps looking over at Val, and he's like, "Can you please just go and shower? I can tell them what happened. You just gotta, please. You are by food." And she just kind of grunts at him.
What happened? Were
She
you
looks.
gone all day yesterday?
Yes.
No, she came in for breakfast.
That is now.
I meant yesterday.
I was gone all last night, if that is what you asked.
Yeah.
What a horrible, stinky place were you?
Where
Ah.
were you?
I was in Shallow Grave. This is people, and she points to what's on her shirt.
People?
Sweet.
Wait.
Yes.
The dead kind?
Yes. This is a corpse.
Was it moving?
No.
Alright,
this-
good. Because I don't do zombies.
Corpse goop. Sweet.
This morning, 4 bodies were discovered in Shallow Grave.
Where's that?
It was in an old abandoned store. The bodies are not that old, only a couple days. They were left there to rot.
Nasty.
Okay.
Are they kids?
So what?
So, the gods are looking into it, but we have also been asked to check it out by the family of the victims.
Are they kids?
No. 4 adults, tiefling, male, 2 fire
Is he blue?
ganassi. No.
Quinn
2
just gives you a look like fucker.
2 fire ganassi and 1 elf female.
What caused them to be dead? What's the cause of death?
It looks like all of their magic was drained out of them.
I'm gonna do a real quick mood check. Do a vibe
Look
check
of
on her.
horror.
Who are you doing it on?
Val.
Okay. So she is trying to stay very composed when you look at her. But inside it is just absolute disgust. And some kind of anger. You don't sense any fear though. That's not anything you get from her. She says, they have marks of bindings around arms. It seems as though a couple of them had drug use issues or were doing drugs. But the official cause of death is drained of magic.
Can I do, just consult my own knowledge on what could cause such a horribleness?
Yes. Just do an Arcana check. It's actually... Wow, that's a really good Arcana check for what wasn't a super hard thing. So in this world, there's the Avondale plant, which is widespread. It's used in almost every single home. But it's very well known for basically draining and storing magic and using it at a later time.
It's battery.
Yeah. And usually if it's a death by draining magic, it's because of this fucking plant.
Even they'll overdose.
Not overdose, probably gave too much.
That is what I meant.
Yes. However,
Or
the
taken,
company... Sorry, what was that?
or taken from them. Mainly.
That is what we are worried about. The Avon company says they have no involvement with them.
Avon
but-
company? Oh, the plants.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are the only ones allowed to sell it and grow it. But this is something fishy. To have 4 people die dumped very nonchalantly, we do not think that this is just some strange happenstance. And the gods, and you kind of see her start to get pissed looking. She says, the gods have decided to investigate it as a drug crime. That
But
is
it's
what...
probably just a murder.
Or the guards are tipped off.
Do not know whether it is not... Would not be surprising for drugs or for gods here to be paid off, especially if it is involved with a big company. But the family asked for us to investigate for... they do not believe that it was related to that.
Yeah.
So, I would like to ask for you to try and investigate and figure out what happened to these people and why they are dead.
So, okay, why are you covered in dead people goop then?
I helped dig them out.
With your bare hands?
Yes, they took too long to get shovels.
This answer satisfies me.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Meow?
Yes, Val meowed.
Hmm?
That is definitely what happened.
No, it's just a temple cat.
Yes, just as Chris always has a dog somewhere in his games
Mhm.
chewing on a ball, there is a temple cat that wanders around.
Oh, shit over time to time.
I'm gonna catch it.
Okay.
I'm gonna hug it.
Okay.
I'm gonna let it go.
Okay.
Cause you let go the things that you love.
All right. It is the grumpiest, oldest looking cat you've ever seen, and it hates every second of it.
I love it. It's the perfect cat.
His name is Grumph.
His name is Grumph.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Val looks to all of you. She gives a nod, and then she grabs like a big thing of just sausage and starts walking away.
All right. Good thing she grabbed the sausage and not the bacon, because then we was gonna have fighting words.
Where is grave? Whatever.
The shallow grave. Where is
Yeah.
it? Yes.
No, they were in a shallow grave.
Oh, I thought it was a
Yeah.
location.
Where is it?
It was in an abandoned store down in the lower reach.
Time to go there. I look at Maurice. Maurice, I'm gonna need my bacon to go.
Wait.
All right. I mean, it usually doesn't last long anyway with you here. That I am so sorry if that came off as mean. I really did not mean for that. Yeah, I'll just get you some food.
Wow. Just wow.
Also, probably wouldn't be too bad. Since y'all are star called, you should be able to go if you want to check out the where Avon grows the plants. You can always go over there too. They should let you in. Be kind of be bad luck not to.
I need to go check something real quick.
Okay.
Bye.
Alright, cool. Cool. I need to try something. Hey, Maple.
But
Can I have your hand for a second?
I like narrows her eyes at you. Why?
I need to check and see if something works.
Can you test it on someone else?
I mean, sure. I was asking you because I thought, well, never mind. Kira, can I have your hand for a second?
What are you doing?
Quinn, can I borrow your hand for a second?
Sure. Flips you
Alright.
off, but then hands it out.
Oh, cute. You want me to keep this finger?
He's probably just shy because it's the first time he's held
and-
hands with a girl.
That wasn't his mom.
I'm gonna grab the finger and just not enough to hurt, but just give that nudge of, hey, I could take this if I wanted to. And I'm gonna try to use my determinate origin. I know it doesn't. I know it says object, so I was just but
I don't know. He's kind of a tool.
hey,
no,
I didn't say it.
It will not work on him. It does only work on objects.
All right.
Sorry, that was.
Now I have another thing to ask.
Okay.
It's something you should probably think about. Does it work on bodies?
Like dead bodies?
Yes.
No.
It's an object.
Organic object.
I guess
though.
it is still
Yeah,
a
but
creature.
I guess the issue with it would be the origin was it was alive.
Mhm.
Does it work on plants?
Probably run into the same issue. Like
Okay.
dead plants or live plants?
Live plants.
The origin would just be the seed, which is just where it is.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but you would be able to track. Like, I get to see the whole history of something, right?
You get to
Yes.
watch the plant grow.
Yeah, but I get to see the whole history whenever I touch something, right? Like, I get to see it being made and everything, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Did you want to see Quinn's sex tape? Like
No.
that's
Quinn's
Quinn was
mom's sex tape?
Yeah, did you? Is that what you were looking for?
No. I'm trying to see if I can if I grabbed the vine that may be at the crime scene or whatever, if I can determine where it came from.
Okay, I see. I'm gonna say if it's alive, definitely not. If it's dead, it's probably just. I guess if it's dead, it would show you maybe where it died. Yeah,
Ooh, that's pretty good.
that makes sense.
That's a pretty good use.
But yes,
But
you grab Quinn's finger and nothing happens.
sit there, stare at him for a few moments. Okay, and I let go.
What did you do?
Nothing.
You're fucking weird.
Okay. I mean, I was trying to see if I could determine your origin, but I can't.
Would you like to try it on something that isn't a person?
I know it can work on something that isn't a person. I was trying to see if I can do it on someone who is a person. I never tried it. Had to make sure. You know, it's called something. Ah, this word is really big. Probably don't know it. You know, it starts with an E, ends with a T,
Maple
has an
sighs,
X in
get
it.
up from the table, and leaves.
Bye, Maple.
Kind of like gives a wave behind her.
You know, experiment. Thought
Did
you
Maple
wizards were.
did Maple eat it all?
Kind of, not really.
Thought you wizards were better at this.
Her portions, whenever she eats, her portions are very small.
Oh, Maurice would have given you guys 2 more health potions, by the way.
Yeah, health potions. Did I use mine? Yes.
So we each get
Potion?
another one, or we just
Oh,
replace the one that's been used?
Hmm?
We each get a new one, or we just replace the ones that have
I
already
think
been
we
used?
have one extra because I only
Yeah,
used
he
one.
he gave you 2.
Oh, I
Who wants
didn't.
the
I
extra?
heard some.
He gave
Okay.
us two. He gave us two, but I used one last time.
Probably not me, because I'll go down with it, so.
I mean, that means you just have it on your person.
Which makes it easier to give it to you.
Yeah.
Fine.
But do you have one already or no?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Well then, does anybody else want a spare one?
I'm not gonna get hit.
Yeah.
Yeah? Is that a
Oh.
challenge, Noah?
I mean, all right. Hand it off to the wizard.
Is that a challenge, Noah?
Well, I'm just saying I don't want it. Someone who will probably get hit. Should.
Someone. Oh Jesus. Someone who probably get
Uh-huh.
hit should
Oh.
carry it.
Before Maple leaves, she turns to, I almost called him Mercedes. Wow, my brain is fucking dead tonight and names are hard. What is his name?
Maurice.
Maurice. Holy shit, Mercedes.
So you look like Maurice now?
No, I turn back.
He
Oh.
turned to,
Yeah,
not
okay.
turn into.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 Those are different. Yes.
I know this is like a temple and everything, but do you have any thieves' tools?
Uh.
I do.
Uh,
Old
a-
man?
What?
Talking to Chris.
Fuck the Chris.
I mean, no, we don't generally keep them there. If you want, I could see about getting you some.
Yeah.
All right. Actually, here, and he'll just hand you over the gold. If you just want to pick some up while you're out.
That works.
How much are like illegal law picking tools? Like 10 gold? Does that sound right?
How much is crime?
I think they're like 3.
all right. And he'll hand you 3 gold.
That's not even remotely correct.
Oh,
As he
Really?
pulls out his own thieves' tools and like,
Still got the price tag on them. I sold these.
I mean, honestly, probably. But it's not like you steal them from the store. They don't just sell fucking thieves' tools in the average.
Oh, they don't?
No, you lawful dim.
I wasn't gonna go to the market for them.
Oh. Wait. I don't really know about any of that. Like, I'm just gonna. Oh, look, the bacon's almost done.
delicious bacon.
Anyway. Was there anything else you wanted to do before you guys headed out?
Nope.
Nope.
Kira, did you want to awkwardly flirt and hit on Maurice?
Not in front of these bastards.
Oh, you're never gonna get a chance then, honey.
I mean, it's doubtful she'll have a chance anyway.
I'm gonna look at Kira. You wanna go hit on your boyfriend?
Fuck off.
So you want me to go fuck off so you can go hit on your boyfriend?
She conjures a firebolt. Leave me alone.
Alright.
Is she blushing profusely, like your
Okay.
normal anime girls?
Kind of.
Baka.
Vodka.
Hey Maurice,
Yeah?
just throwing this out there. Kira might be able to help you cook one day. Heard she's really good at it. She could wake her up one morning.
Oh, Kira, you like cooking?
Sure.
Oh, I mean, if you don't mind helping out, I'd sure love it sometime.
Yes, I'd love that. Glaring.
You're
Fucking-
welcome.
Alright.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I mean, Kira was going to be helping me.
No, thank you, Maurice. I'm gonna. Never mind.
Oh my god.
Jesus. Why do the smart ones always go for the densest people?
Which way are you talking, though?
Haha!
Anyway, get out of the fucking temple.
We leave the
Okay.
temple.
Okay, Alicia.
All right.
I'm sorry, Miss Istis.
Listen, I'm having a rough time doing the accents this today to get out of the temple.
You're doing
so I don't.
fine.
I reckon we should get out of the temple.
You're
Fuck you.
fine.
All right, so you guys take the ferry down. The place isn't super hard to find because it's crawling with guards.
I need my boots.
With, police tape everywhere. Well, guard tape.
Guard tape.
Bird tape.
I don't know. It's
Okay, so
It's actually just a rope.
how
it's like a yellow rope that they tied around everywhere.
does one is it like a very tall elevator or something like that?
No, it's like a ferry, like a ship that you get on and then they fly you down.
It's shaped like a big fairy.
No.
I
it's like-
I asked because I wanted to fall off the side.
Okay.
I also
to
kind
Oh
your
of
no,
like
she's
death?
dead.
Yeah, you didn't tell anyone about the shoes, so do you just climb up on the side?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. You're on the banister of the ship. A very, very tired looking man flying it just says,
No,
Ma'am, please get down.
Whee!
Preferably on
As
this-
I just fall
okay.
backwards.
God damn, it's another police report.
Huh.
Alright, you fall.
Oh no, she's dead.
Whee! And then I stop the. I start the flying and.
Of all the motherfuckers I've met at the temple, she was the last one I expected to just randomly off herself, but okay.
Yeah, I land at the bottom and wait for them.
Okay. So you guys get off the ship or probably while you're on the ship, you just see Nadinia waiting there for you.
Oh, she survived.
I mean, I jumped from way higher.
My cabin.
I mean, my pillows.
Right, it was pillows.
My
Sorry.
pillows!
I look at Maple as she says that, and I'm like, how high?
She just points straight fucking up to where, like, the ships usually fly over the city.
Oh, son of a bitch. Alright, you're on.
Except I did it without the shoes because I'm cool.
Yeah, that too.
Alright, you're on.
Also a monk now and half slow fall, so haha.
Alright.
Okay, well, I'm not in the mood for Suicide Watch. Bye.
Alright.
Suicide
guys-
watch or suicide watching?
Either. Fuck you.
I'm not.
Alright, so you guys go to where the like I said, where the store is. There's a couple guards over here, probably about 10 of them, along with the like I said, the yellow rope that they have kind of tied around.
Mhm.
As you guys kind of walk in, you see that the bodies have been removed, but it looks like someone is casting a major image so that they still look like they're there,
Mhm.
so that they can do a full kind of examination of the area and try to as you're walking in, you hear them kind of talking to each other, and some of them are kind of, for the fact that they found 4 very grisly bodies, these guys don't seem to be taking it super seriously.
Go, some poor people die. Haha.
Yeah, they're
basically.
maybe 1 or 2 of them are looking kind of, seem to be serious, but some of them are kind of like more jovial. you see like a couple of them say something and laugh, and all around the it doesn't seem like they're too focused on anything.
I have a question.
Yes.
The officers or whatever we would call them. What would we call them? Guardsmen.
Yeah. Guardsmen.
Okay. So as we approach the place, I walk up to the closest guard and say, "All right, guardsmen, what do we have?"
He turns to you, and he was like right in the middle of saying something to one of the guys, and he turns to you and he says, well, hey there. What's a pretty lady like you doing at a place like this?
I
Looking
roll
for
my
corpses.
eyes as hard as I possibly can and keep moving.
You die.
Well, I look over at him and I say, "Well, Mr. Guardsman, sir, I'm just here to just observe the crime scene and look at pretty pictures and talk about how cute and everything is."
God, just
Also, if
do
you
your
ever-
job, fuckface.
Also, if you ever say something like that to me again, I'll make sure to put this harpoon right through your fucking skull. Now, what do we got?
Clyde chuckles.
At first, he seems like laughing, like, haha, yeah, okay. And then,
Like
like,
flirting when according to plan. Oh,
yeah,
no.
and then you switch on a dime, and he's actually, can you roll me an intimidation with that?
Yes. Huh?
Don't hurt me.
Damn it.
I mean, he's a guard, so, and you're holding a sharp, pointy harpoon, so he doesn't look completely cowed, but he kind of glances at it and you a couple times, and he says, I don't really know, just keeping the area safe. If you want to talk to someone, the detective's in there.
Ah, we have a detective on the scene. Great. See? I think it's gonna be great, guys. We're gonna have a wonderful time, don't you?
Oh,
Who'd you say that to?
I'm saying it to the
Group?
rest of the group.
Okay.
Maples walked a few feet ahead.
Sorry, that was very funny.
It's really good.
Universal. Hey, don't.
Modern day Greek chorus.
All right. So you guys head in, and you see what appears to be the absolutely most tired man that any of you have ever laid eyes upon.
Into your dad.
Probably.
Elf.
No.
Is he a MILF? Is he a MILF?
No.
Not
Ian
MILF.
Mill.
You mean a DILF?
Nope, he's a MILF now.
No, he's an Earth Ganassi. He's got a big pot belly.
That's
That
not
dad
Dilf could
bod.
be a dilf.
That's-
Let me finish. He looks pretty old and worn and tired.
Still could be a dilf.
His
Still trying. You're not convincing me.
You've yet to
can't.
succeed.
You can't make every character hot.
Yes, you can. I disagree.
The bags under his eyes have bags under his eyes. And since he's an Earth Ganassi, it kind of looks like his hair's made out of mud. And his beard, too, that he has.
Some
But
people
he's...
are into that.
Listen, I already have
we are
one...
killing.
I already have one group where every time I introduce an NPC, they force me to roll for their hotness, okay?
Roll for hot.
So, yeah, roll for hotness.
You're arguing that he
I'm
isn't
not-
a dilf.
I'm not-
Roll
I'm
for
not-
hot.
I'm not gonna make you roll for hotness. I'm just gonna assume they're hot. All right.
Besides, it's
He's a 2! He's a fucking 2!
Okay, okay.
It's very subjective. it doesn't mean
Hey,
anything.
Maple's gay
Are you into
anyway.
Mudmen, Noah? Is that what you're
Dragons
into?
and Mudman? Hell yeah. What if it was a mud dragon?
You guys are the worst.
I mean,
Ooh,
I'm
Mud
just
Man,
saying. I'm just saying.
werewolf, and
Wrestling
dragons.
with
There
that
you go.
person must be pretty fun to watch.
Okay, come on, that's got to be a better title. Is any of what we just said?
I already have a few down. That's fine.
Okay. But this man looks incredibly tired. He has he's got kind of a flask that he's just drinking straight out of. As he's kind of looking over it, there seems to be next to him seems to be a kind of young, inexperienced looking wizard who's casting the major image.
Are they hot?
If you like super nerdy, awkward boys that are in all the really dumb movies.
Keyword is boys for me.
Keyword is what?
Boys. That's a hard pass.
Okay,
Or, you know,
there.
just guys in general.
I mean, I was talking about me, but okay.
He's probably cute in like a nerdy way.
Never mind. Nothing.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, he's not rippling with muscles.
It ain't about the muscles.
Okay. But this kid has his book open and he's focusing very hard on keeping up this major image as the detective is just kind of looking down and rattling off notes that don't really seem to be for anyone.
Mm-hmm.
But he stops as you guys come in.
Like he's very interested in hearing his own voice.
Yeah, he takes a swig of his flask and he says, "Ugh. What are you? What are you doing here?"
Morning,
I'm
detective.
sorry, I'm not the man made of fucking mud. What do you mean, what are you?
Morning,
Listen.
detective.
I'm the man made of mud with the badge. Wait. Where did I put the badge?
Where's my badge?
Maple just points down to his belt.
All right, thank you.
Covered by his beer bottle. Oh,
Yep,
there it is.
Takes another swig of the flask. What were you saying, ma'am?
Well, we're here on official Star Called business. We've been assigned to investigate. So, we're gonna investigate. You don't mind, do you?
No, that's great. That means I don't have to do my job. And he takes a swig and starts to leave.
Well, before you go, detective,
Oh, great.
my friend
Yeah.
my friend here and I like wrap an arm around Kira's like shoulder and like bring her forward. We'd love to hear every bit about everything that you know.
Yes,
Like
yes.
I,
yes, we
however,
would.
want to hear fucking none of it. And I go and start looking at the bodies.
About
Yeah.
the case or like what?
Yes, the case.
Yes, Maple. See, since we assumed this, this thing was a murder, could you check out escape routes and ask people around what they've seen?
Sure. She starts like, is it like boxes and shit?
Yeah, this seems to have been at one point some sort of like general store, just general merchandise. There's boxes and crates and all that kind of stuff piled around.
She
There's a
immediately.
back.
Oh,
go ahead.
continue.
I was gonna say there's a back exit you can find out into an alleyway, and the lock is very clearly broken.
Okay.
The mudman turns to you two and he says, "All right, let's see. Well, they weren't killed here. once you plant, oh, yeah, they weren't killed here. At least probably not. You got drugs in their system, so we're kind of going with that angle on it.
Drugs? What kind of drugs?
Oh God, where's my fucking book?
Seaweed.
Oh, where'd I put that book?
Looks like Bane's not anything. Well, listen, out of all the stuff you could be having, it ain't the worst.
Is Bane's not illegal or something?
Yeah, it's real legal. Usually
Real
though, don't.
legal or really illegal?
No, it's really illegal.
Okay.
These three, he points to the tiefling and the two Ganassi. They had it all up in them. Elf didn't.
Just for confirmation, it's not my fucking mom, right?
Yes, no, I'm kidding. It's not.
Oh, well.
Oh yes, thank you for noticing. It's your mom.
Yeah, I think
But
Maple does go over and look at the bodies before doing the exit shit.
Yep. When you look at the bodies, so Val had mentioned earlier that there were like bindings on it, but it's not traditional bindings like their hands were tied or anything like that. It looks like something wrapped up their arms.
Like vines.
Yeah. It's
Maple's eyebrows immediately shoot up, and she like takes like several steps back.
I would say the Avondale plant is a vine.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, it looks like they have these vine marks on their arms. One of the as you're looking at them, there doesn't seem to be any sort of physical damage other than that.
Mm-hmm.
And, kind of the rot and stuff. The kid who's holding the major image kind of notices, and he says, he's like, it's real nasty, isn't it? If you want, I tried to get rid of most of the rot and how they looked when they were found. Do you want me to put that back on for you?
yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, I can't look at this. And he looks away as he does it, and it's pretty nasty. It's about 3 days of being stuck in a,
Warehouse.
abandoned store in a shallow grave. It looks like rats had gotten to him at some point. And the detective, is as he's talking, he mentions that the way they found out about them is eventually the smell got so bad that passerby complained.
Mm-hmm.
And Val was helping them out with another issue, and she came over, immediately identified the smell as dead bodies, and started digging.
Well, that there's a corpse. A rectum.
She doesn't have a southern accent. I don't know why you
Russian.
did one. Yeah, she's
Russian.
got a horrible Russian accent. Come
Sorry.
on.
It's not Mercedes. Jesus Christ. Why do I want to keep calling him Mercedes?
Why do you keep saying
Maurice.
that?
Maurice. Wasn't
I'm
Mercedes
aware.
his first name or something?
Why would
No.
his first name be Mercedes?
Oh no.
Mercedes Maurice.
It was like Mauritius, I think, was his first
Yeah,
name.
it was something like that. The mud guy takes his time telling you every detail, like sighs and rolls his eyes a bunch, and just seems like he really doesn't want to talk to you. But he's like, yeah, I mean, think we're just gonna talk to some of the local drug dealers and see what we can get from that.
Yes, I'm sure.
But if you're gonna do that, then that's great. So anyway, was there anything else you needed? I'm gonna go do like paperwork or something.
I look over at Kara. Did you get any of that? Cause I blanked out at when he said the.
I think I got everything important. So you
Yeah.
go and do your paperwork.
All right, sounds good. And he's gonna start heading out, and he's like, "Oh, if you're gonna try to do the Avon plant thing, I know Val was talking about it. I'm gonna tell you right now, that's probably gonna be a wash. It's gonna be way
Why
too
is
hard.
that?
Because trying to prove anything like that's probably gonna be pretty rough.
I don't know. Those vine marks on the bodies seem pretty suspect.
People do weird stuff. You never really know what it is. But there's only one plant in the city, or there should be, so seems a little far fetched.
Oh, don't worry your little head. We'll take care of
I mean, I'm definitely not, and he leaves.
I literally do not give a shit. Says this.
Yep.
it. All right.
Come back, from like the drooling gaze of not caring about what the fuck they were saying. Oh, Kira, God, that was boring. What did you fill me in on important parts?
Oh God.
TLDL.
They found the bodies. He doesn't think that pursuing the vines are going to lead us anywhere. And he thinks that just asking the local drug dealers what happened would get them something. Probably an arrest, but probably not the truth.
Okay, good. So we should pursue the Vine angle, right?
I think
Yeah.
that's a better idea.
I like doing the opposite of whatever people tell me.
Yes, I know.
You know what? We shouldn't do the Vine thing. I don't like the way you said that.
There it is. All right. Yeah, I'm just getting a better look at the corpse.
Yep. It is essentially, I think after you guys say it, he dials back a bit so you can see more of what they were like before nature kind of got to the bodies.
He plays the major image on rewind.
Essentially, he does a nice Photoshop edit of it.
Do the people have X's over their eyes?
Yeah, it's all like censored.
No. So there's 4 bodies. It seems like, so the what it seems like for here is that there was kind of like a wooden floor that got torn up a bit. They dug into the floor, threw the bodies in because the bodies are in kind of haphazardly.
Hmm.
Just kind of on top of each other. It's actually hard to see the bottom one, which is the elf. But they all have these like I said, these marks on their arms. They all don't seem to have too many other physical marks. If someone wants to roll an investigation.
I'll do that. Smart.
Okay.
Oof.
Never mind.
Yeah, you're kind of looking around at it, and other than getting that this is probably, I would say the most you can tell is this is nowhere near professional.
Hmm.
Like, if this was a professional,
Hit.
yeah, if this was like someone who actually knew what they were doing, this definitely wouldn't have been found as easily as it was, and probably not in this condition.
You know, the real sad part is they could have just thrown him over the fucking edge,
Mhm.
and no one would have known.
The only difference is it is sometimes hard to get towards the edge just because that means A, you have to, if, depending where you killed them, you have to carry a body throughout the entire town. And two, there's a lot of houses and shops like to be by the edge. They think it marks up the value.
Right.
But yes, I mean, that is a decent disposal if it's convenient. But yeah, there's a lot of easier, better ways this could have been done. This is very unprofessional. And definitely doesn't seem planned. Especially because, like, they didn't even put the floorboards back down. It looks like those were just left in the corner still. They just reburied it with dirt and left.
Got it. Okay. I don't have anything really to add then.
Let's see. Maple on top, you probably would see the same thing that I was just describing, just that it's not well made at all and just very
Poorly done.
rushed, it almost seems. Yeah.
Anything else sticking out? Anything weird?
Trying to think. Not exactly. I will say you do notice that all of the people that are in there, none of them are wearing uniforms, like for work.
Mm-hmm.
If they were working in the mines, if they were working in the factory, if they were working for any other corporations, they probably would have some sort of uniform on.
Mm-hmm.
And none of them are wearing that. They're all just in kind of normal civilian clothes.
So there's like other people in here that aren't police?
No, I'm talking about the bodies.
Oh, the bodies, okay.
The corpses.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, none of them are wearing uniforms. They're all wearing just general civilian clothing.
Nothing else weird about the entire room?
It does look like the front boards. Oh, okay, the shop was boarded up, so like the front main windows where they would display stuff was boarded up,
Mm-hmm.
making it kind of perfect to at least come in and do this.
Mm-hmm.
It does can you roll me an investigation real quick? Okay. You check out the padlock in the back that was broken.
Yeah.
It does look like someone had tried to use some sort of key, but it was either really old or there was something wrong with it and it broke inside the lock.
Can I try to, like, get it out? Lock?
Yeah. Since you got the gloves of thievery, I'm not even gonna bother to make you roll for it. You get out like just a little chunk of it, like the end part that got stuck in it. So yeah, it looks like someone had tried to use a key in here, but either from the age or something with it it broke and they just broke the door.
Okay. Get back to the group. Well, they tried to use a key.
You're sure?
Hold up the broken key. Yeah, sure.
Yep, it's fucked.
So they broke their key or something happened and they broke the lock to get in, so whoever did this had a key to this place.
That or took it off of one of the people here.
Now the
Get in.
shop is abandoned.
Hmm.
I wonder who the last owner was.
That's what I was about to ask. Does anybody know who the last owner was? Hey, kid,
Yeah.
you know who owned the place?
Shoot, I remember. I think it was a guy who passed away.
Convenient.
About 3 months ago.
What was his name?
I don't really remember.
Then
I-
who owns the place now?
I think let's see, I remember we were looking it up. I think it was supposed to go to one of his kids. But they're not in town right now.
None of them?
No, I don't think so. At least not the one on the deed.
What the other kids?
We haven't really looked into that.
Oh, there
Well,
goes
it's
another-
clear that that is something we should look into, isn't it?
Are you talking? I mean, I don't mind helping because you're Star Cult, but I don't work for you.
I turned to one of the other fucking cops.
Okay.
Hey,
He turns and glances you over and he says, "Hey."
who owned this place?
Let's see.
Your mom.
Looks like it was a Miss Guidey.
Guidey. And who has
Yeah.
who's the name on the deed now?
No, that's who's got it now.
Miss Guidey.
Mm-hmm. Looks like she's in Echo right now. On Family Matters.
Hmm.
Raises
they're not
an
related.
eyebrow.
To the victim, so.
Huh. Thanks. Go back to the
He-
group.
Yep, he nods.
Fuck, I already fucking forgot it. Can you write it in the chat? Please.
The name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is with my brain today, but it can't absorb any goddamn information and keep it.
It's okay.
Any, like, names. It's like, nope. Gone.
Man, it's scary.
ID.
Have the bodies been identified at all?
Yeah, kinda.
Kinda.
Um, 3 of them were pretty easy. The elf we're having a little bit of a problem with. Looks like she doesn't have a criminal record.
Look at
But the others did.
Look at the elf. Do I recognize her at all?
No.
Do I?
No.
Actually, having lived in the area. Okay, well, I mean, it makes more sense for me.
No, yeah, you're right. But no, you do not recognize her.
Anything about the elf that comes off as interesting or different?
Roll me a investigation or perception.
Can I join?
Don't worry, I'm really good at perceiving.
Can I join this roll?
Yes.
Okay. Perception's higher. Fuck me.
With the 9, you don't see any kind of track marks or anything to show that she was doing any drugs or anything like that, unlike the other ones which do.
Yeah.
Nadinia, you don't see too much different from her other than she looks like she probably hasn't eaten in a while, which isn't too out of the ordinary for down here. You know, in the lower reach, it's pretty common for people to not have enough money and have to skip meals.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely does look like she's been having problems and skipping a lot.
How tall is she?
She's probably about 5'10".
Okay.
But she looks very malnourished and underweight. And just kind of looking at her, like you can see her hands, and even for an elf, as an elf, she looks like she has some shows of like age on her, even though you don't think she's that old for an elf. It's just stress and the hard life.
Mhm.
Like her hands look pretty rough and messed up. But yeah. Was there anything else that you guys wanted to do?
How did the elf woman? Did we ever determine how the elf woman died?
Same as the other three.
Overdose from the root.
The plant drained their magic.
The plant drained their magic
Mm-hmm.
to death.
Yes. Alex, we had talked about this. Well, I mentioned it briefly, but this is kind of a job your mom had or does have.
Yeah, but she does it legally.
Yes, she does do it legally. She works for Avon.
Okay, I am going to ask the dude, the one dude, the mage
wizard?
dude.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm also having a coughing fit, apparently.
Yeah.
If he could recreate the people's faces nicely for someone.
Yeah.
Would you come with me, or do I need to bring her?
I probably can handle that.
Oh. What?
You remember how I came to the church?
Yeah, you can. She can do the thing.
Oh.
I've seen her.
Since you've seen him, you can do him. You can become him.
She kind of like presses her lips together and kind of tilts her head in like a.
No.
Never mind. You can fuck off, wizard.
Oh, okay. I have a name.
Have you told it to us?
No.
All right, let's
Then
go.
your fuck face. What's your point?
Let's
Sorry.
not berate the guy.
He's doing his best.
I will say, Alex, your mom is not at the plant right now. She's at her job as a servant.
Yeah, I mean, he wanted at some point to go to his mom and be like, hey, do you work with any of these? No? Okay.
Yeah,
We know it's not the official people.
Mm-hmm.
And just check that off of the way.
Yeah. Okay. Where did you guys want to go next?
Probably the ant place.
Okay. So the actual plant is located, or I have to think about how to distinct this because, like, it would be called a plant as in, like, the place where people work, but it's also the plant physically.
Yes.
We get it.
Okay.
We understand.
So the Avon plant is actually in the lower reach since it employs most of the people from the lower reach.
Mm-hmm.
It is a drastically different building from a lot of the ones that you've seen. The entire thing is made out of like pristine white walls Quinn, you've probably known this. Every time you guys try to deface it, it magically cleans itself.
So
you know,
we try a lot.
yeah, so it's pretty common for kids to like,
This time we're gonna do it. It's gonna work this time. We're not stupid. You're stupid.
yeah.
No, you.
Uh, but generally speaking, it just cleans itself off. You guys can. There's a security person kind of letting people through. Second they see your star call, they go ahead and let you in. They said that they'll let someone know and they will come down and meet you. But you come in and this entire place looks very, very nice, very sterile, very modern.
There's nothing like this in Echoes, right?
There is another plant in Echoes,
Okay.
but it is not.
That's big.
It's not a factory like this one is.
Okay.
It's much smaller, more probably focused on like research.
So like this is like the first time I've ever seen something this fucking big.
Yeah. This would be more common in Taros, where they have like that big industrial boom and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
But this, like I said, it's clean. Everything seems to be white. It's got kind of like that stench of cleaner in the air as you guys are walking through. You basically get pointed to where the main floor is, and you walk out onto a catwalk where you can look down and you see this enormous vine that sprawls out for about a mile in this facility. It's kind of like a circle with like it just spreads out from this like one center point, just like I said, about a mile of just vines branching off of one another, climbing up different support pillars that they have coming down from the ceiling. And you see just like you see people in like these white lab coats walking around checking them, and you see some people over at certain spots. They have usually someone in a white lab coat with them, but they have the plant wrapped around their arm, and you see like the plant seems to glow for a second, and then that glow kind of travels down the vine and back into the main part of the plant. And as you are doing that, you see a very I'm trying to think of the right word for this. A very kind of prudish half elf come up to you. She is dressed. She's got one of those lab coats on. She's got a long skirt, kind of like a long sweater on. Her hair is up in a very tight bun, and she kind of like pushes up her glasses as she sees you. And she gives kind of like a pretty fake forced smile as she says, welcome to the Avon plant. Can I assist you in anything today?
We have some questions that we need to discuss with one of your employees. I look over at Quinn. I'm like giving a question mark.
What? No,
She's not here right now.
she's not here.
Oh, okay. I don't remember. Okay, never mind. I thought we were coming here to go see your mom.
No.
No, we're just here
Alicia
to.
literally told him that his mom is not here, but at a different job.
Yeah.
Ah, got it. Well then, we are here to ask some questions about your plants and needed some advice about how to proceed with an investigation of ours.
Oh, are you talking about the 4 individuals that were found this morning?
Indeed.
I see. And she does not look surprised at all. She has a clipboard with her, and she pulls out and hands you a packet. Here you go. This should be all the information you need. If you
Uh,
would like, I can escort you out.
I'm reading her mood immediately.
Nice. She
I just look at her. Fuck.
frustration is definitely one of the big ones.
Mhm.
Tinged with like a bit of worry. Yeah, I'd say that's probably it. Frustration and a little bit of worry in there.
Mabel kind of crosses her arms and tilts her head. And why are you worried?
I'm sorry, what is that?
You're worried about something.
We're gonna take a look around if that. Well, I guess you don't really have a choice, do you?
I actually do. There are some, if you wish, I can give you a tour. There will be some places that are off limits due to the danger that there is naturally dealing with this plant, but also for company policy.
I'm keeping my mood thing up, by the way.
Okay.
Just constantly checking her mood.
Right, company policy. Got it.
Well, yes, we have many people that would love to steal our practices and steal our knowledge of this plant.
I start reading the pamphlet.
It's not a pamphlet, it's a packet.
Start reading the pamphlet.
So, as you're reading, you actually see there are employee profiles for each of the 4 people. It looks like at one point they all did work here giving magic to the plant. But probably about a month ago, not all at once, it was like sporadically over about a month's time, they quit. It looks like they've actually, you see, like there's another brief summary saying that here's a list of other people who have also quit around this time. It looks like at least one of them has come back just recently, maybe like a day or 2 ago. But she forces that smile again. She's not very good at hiding it.
Mhm.
And she says, would you like to start the tour?
I suppose that you're aware that these people died from exposure to an Avon plant.
I have heard about what a possible way of them dying could be.
No, that's how
I
they
also
died.
did heard that it could have been drug overdose.
It wasn't. One of them.
Where else would you get one of these plants?
Nowhere. The Avon Company is the only one that is allowed to grow them and has access to them.
So they must
Okay.
have been killed here. Thank you.
I can assure you
Kira.
that no one has been killed on these facilities. We take great care with our plants.
What's her mood
We
at?
have druids stationed with them 24/7.
What's her mood
Kara.
at?
She ignores you.
Kira.
Yo, what's the mood?
Yeah,
she
no, like
got
I'm
from this?
constantly checking what's her mood.
Oh, she's so fucking pissed.
Mm-hmm.
I am
Kira.
provoking her on purpose. So.
Yeah.
Kira, don't say things like that. There's no need for everyone to get a little bit of hostile.
So if not from you, where could I get one of these? If I were, say, trying to grow my own.
Well, there would be 2 options. One, it would be a long shot, but it would be possible that if you were to, you cannot grow a new plant from the vines. You would have to grow it from the roots. We keep ours under close guard, so that would be near impossible. But I suppose if someone did do that, they could grow a new one, although that would be very, very dangerous and extremely unlikely if they did not have a druid. The second option is if somehow a portal to the Feywild opened up, they could go in there and retrieve it themselves. But again, that would be also very unlikely, and the side effects of having a portal to the Feywild open would be very noticeable.
Unless you're from Echoes.
Well, Echo has a portal, so. I couldn't find any house. Shut up, Echo!
What?
The
They
Echo
have-
Dot.
They have an echo, so they heard the name and said, Yeah.
Amazing.
"That's what you get."
Yeah.
You got it for free. That's the only reason we have.
She says, however, that would be illegal to bring it over here. It'd be illegal to even bring it out of the Feywild. So, yes.
I mean, it was a murder. That's not really legal either.
So, do you guys actually check your plans to see if it's been tampered with, or do you just guard it and assume it?
Well, we talk to our plants.
Do you take regular inventory?
Yes.
Can I see the trade manifests on your supplies as well as the inventory supplies?
Unfortunately, not. We have several contracts with confidentiality reports for what we are shipping out and receiving.
Are you obstructing our investigation?
I've given you all the information that I am allowed to, and offering to take you on a tour if you need it.
Oh, but the problem is we need more information. So,
If you wish for that, you are more than welcome to go bring it up with the courts and come back and receive that information then.
Is there such a thing as a warrant?
Kind of, yeah. If a company or group decides they don't want to give you the information, you can force it from them, but it depends.
hmm,
Mostly they would just probably tie you up in a whole bunch of legal shit.
yeah, these guys probably could do that. So.
Yeah.
They have the money for it. Okay, then a follow-up question.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say that someone were to attempt to steal the vine or plant from this facility. How would you go about tracking and making sure that that the plant belonged to you?
That the plant belonged to us?
Yes.
That it originated from us?
Yes.
We would need a sample of the of the new plant to determine that.
And as you've stated, there's has been no theft of any of this plant whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Is she still annoyed?
There's
and
no
pissed
other
off?
possible. Oh
Oh
go
yeah.
ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, she's super pissed and definitely the worry is still there.
Still there.
Yeah, and it's becoming more
Prominent.
physically visible too.
Okay.
Like she keeps looking to the side and she's like tapping on her clipboard.
And as you stated before, there's just no possible way that these people could have had access to the plants unless it came through you.
Yes, that should be the case. That is why the guards were going through the drug route and overdose, since it seemed like the more logical choice.
So
Did
then
Nadinia, sorry, out of game. Did you share that the one girl didn't have any traces of drug inputs and anything on her?
I mean,
'Cause
guy
you were the
said
o-
it out loud.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he told he was like talking about it.
Yeah, it's like no way that that's what happened.
Okay. So, would you mind explaining why one of the victims had absolutely no traces of drug input or any physical effects on her whatsoever? And how she was able to be killed by drugs then?
Well, perhaps there had been some sort of healing involved.
You're a smart woman. You know that drug doesn't do this.
There's plenty of other ones that she could have taken.
That's
Could you tell us some?
yeah.
No, I'm afraid I don't do that.
You don't do
But
drugs.
obviously, you
So-
know enough to be able to identify what killed her. So why don't you tell
Or
us exactly what
clearly
you're
not
thinking
enough.
about?
I'm a very busy woman. I've given you help. I've offered for a tour. If you do not wish for either of them, I believe we're done.
What other plants does Avon do other than this particular magical drug?
Still not a drug, but Avondale doesn't do, or Avon does not do any other plants but Avondale.
You're sure? None whatsoever.
Yes, this is the only one we deal with.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'd like that tour. And she just like walks past her
I'm gonna
and just
follow.
keeps going.
All right. So,
I'm going to attempt to apologize for my very forward friends about
Bitch.
their behavior.
she keeps up that forced smile and she says, "Oh, it's no problem at all."
It is though.
And she says, "I'm always happy to hold off on my research to help concerned citizens
Or kill
with
them.
what
Research?
they think is right."
Maple just
Research?
says like really lowly, just or kill them.
What
Yes.
research? What kind of research?
I am currently researching how the Avondale reacts to different schools of magic.
Oh,
What about evocation? Can the plant be
Evocation,
burned?
yes, the plant can be burned, depending. Other types of magic do not work as well on it, but fire is actually one of the few that does.
So you're telling me I could smoke this like weed?
If you wish to do that to one of the most expensive and revolutionary plants out there,
I'm sure someone has.
some weed head comes out. Oh, this shit is magical. What the fuck?
Bruh.
so I'm guessing, Maple, you don't let her take the lead on this.
Oh no.
You find a lot of locked doors.
How many? Estimate.
What's in this door? What's in this
Probably
door?
like 5% of the doors you can actually get through.
Wow. And like, are all the locks the same?
Not exactly. They look to be some sort of arcane lock.
Uh-huh.
So you could
So I
get through
couldn't.
them.
You know.
You could get through them, but it's gonna be difficult.
Yeah.
So she does not seem concerned that you took the lead at all. She lets you do that as she just kind of rattles off different points very unenthusiastically.
Is
And
there
this is
any
where-
is there any area that she gets the most worried that we're getting near?
Not really. She doesn't seem to react at all as you try the different doors with locks. She simply coughs and says, "If you wish, I can save you so much more time by taking the lead."
No.
Well, of course you know best, and she kind of just lets you go on. She seems pretty confident in the locks.
Oh.
Eventually, when you guys do head out onto the floor where they were, where the plant actually is, she does seem a little bit more tense. As before you guys even walk in, she kind of says, just as a reminder, as we walk into this next part, any attempt to harm, remove, or any of such of the plant will be considered a crime, and you will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Please do not interfere with any of our researchers, any of the druids, or any of our sponsors.
Kira
Is
visibly.
that what you call the people who give?
Yes, that is. They are all doing important work, especially the druids. They keep the Avondale plant calm, and it is generally just not a good idea to mess with them while they are working with it.
What happens if there's not a druid around? And this
Ah.
stuff grows.
Well, the plant would become out of control and would seek its own magic source. Could become quite violent.
Would it be apparent that if a vine became unstable and out of control, as you put it?
Yes, it would be.
Interesting.
So she leads you in there. Like I said, it's just a mile of ivy.
Mhm.
Actually, Maple, can you roll me a nature check?
Yep. Sure.
Okay, I'm getting up.
Okay. Maple, you have never really had a good chance to check out the Avondale vine.
Mhm.
It's not something that's usually out for people to see if it's used at all.
Mhm.
So this is probably your first time coming into contact with it.
Yeah.
And you probably are taken aback when you look at it, and it looks very eerily similar
To the vines
to
that
another
came,
vine you've seen.
to the vines
It's
that came out
different.
of the mouth.
It is different.
But
The number of leaves are different from what's on the other one. It also is a different color, but the leaves are the same kind of shape and design.
So, like, this would be in the same genus.
Yes.
I think she kind of stops in her tracks for a bit and just stares at it,
Maple?
and then blinks and keeps going.
I just realized I forgot to pick spells.
Yeah, you did. Do it. Also, any people that come within 10 feet of me, I'm gonna be reading their emotions.
Okay. You pass by druids and people and stuff. The druids seem pretty happy,
Mhm.
pretty calm. When you pass by the researchers, they just seem pretty focused on what they're doing, maybe a little bit curious as to all of you guys.
Mhm.
Sponsors depend. Some of them seem, most of them just seem tired and drained. But you pass by one of them and she kind of looks up at you, and the sheer panic just hits you like a brick.
Maple immediately stops in her track, looks at her, and just kind of tilts her head.
She immediately looks away as she is feeding one of the plants right now, or one of the vines is wrapped around her arms. As you look at her other arm, which is not wrapped, you see like more permanent marks on it that you haven't really seen on anyone else.
Like, for the vines?
Yes.
Hey. Turn back to the fucking bitch.
Yes.
Can we see certain files of people in the factory or no?
I've already given you files for the 4 victims.
Kind of just keep staring at her because she didn't answer her question.
Yeah, she doesn't try to elaborate on it.
Okay. I look at the woman there and I try to memorize her as best as I can and I keep walking.
Okay. When you look back to her, she's looking at you again. And she kind of glances around looking really nervous. Before giving you like a slight nod. She's still incredibly panicked.
Maple just kind of gives her a silent, like a little subtle head nod and keeps walking. Was she like, what race was she? Describe?
She was an elf.
Elf.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. Keep walking.
Okay. So that was mostly the end of the tour, so she just takes you back to the main lobby, and she says, All right. I've given you all the information. You have your packet. You got to see a tour. Is there anything else that you need before I let you head out of here?
When does factory usually close down?
Well, the factory actually runs 24/7. If you're asking for the end of the next shift, it should be, in about 10 minutes or so.
Thanks. So also, how many shifts are there? Like 24/7?
24/7, there are, you're making me do math.
Sorry.
Six
Roughly.
4-hour shifts.
6 4-hour shifts. Okay.
Well then, I guess that means your guards are regularly refreshed so that nothing could be stolen.
Oh, for our guards? Oh, that is not an issue. We actually have Warforged. Like
Ah,
uniform.
even better.
Mhm. Anything else? And you can just hear.
Twitch, yes.
Yeah.
She's like super fucking annoyed still worried.
Oh yeah, she's not at all worried now. She just is so annoyed.
Thank you for your time.
Seems like all your worries have gone away. Maple turns and leaves.
Again, my deepest apologies for the actions and behaviors for my friends here. I hope that we won't have a meeting such as this again.
Of
One
course.
last question.
Yes.
What's your rate of pay for the people who give the magic?
It's fairly good. It would be about a silver a shift.
Hmm. Okay.
All right. Good luck in your investigation.
Thank you.
Maple's probably like already up the door.
As I walk out, do we see Maple immediately?
So question about what the road is like after coming out of it. Is it like just like a one main road, or is there like several different ways that you can leave?
There's a major road, but you did notice that there's kind of what seems to be more of an employee entrance exit off to the side,
Hmm.
down a less used road.
Um, would patrons use that door, or would they come out the main door?
Oh my god.
Probably use the employee one.
I'm gonna go like casually lean against the wall near that.
Okay. So yeah, you guys would probably see her after a minute or so just walking outside.
Can you tell us like what you've detected?
No, because
Or-
we are still inside the factory, so no.
I walk out. I walk straight to Maple, and then I look over at Maple and Karen. I say, "What the hell is wrong with both of you?"
What?
She's clearly hiding something.
No fucking shit.
You guys want to like go up a few streets? I'll be there. Give me like 10 minutes.
Maple, don't do anything stupid.
Just gain evidence.
Okay, don't do anything. Don't get caught.
I won't.
And I walk down the street.
Are you sure you don't want any magical support?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right.
Hey Quinn,
Quinn?
Yeah.
you think your mom would know anything about this?
I was gonna see if she knew any of the workers that died.
All right.
Do I know when her shift at this one starts? Like what shift she is?
It's probably not the next one. It's probably the one afterwards.
Okay.
She usually takes the later nightly ones because she's an elf.
And you gotta get the best pay where you can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
During the 10 minutes, I'm gonna go down the street and change into my little girl that I did before.
Yes, a little killing machine.
And I'm gonna wait a few feet from the door, just kind of sitting down, looking like I'm playing with something.
Okay. After a couple minutes, you see as these sponsors kind of file out of
Such
there.
a gross word for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. They don't seem to talk to each other. They just seem just tired. Just they're dragging themselves out. They don't talk to each other. They don't make a lot of noise. And after a minute, you see you're the one girl who you had made eye contact with, and she comes out and she kind of leans up against the building like she's trying to catch her breath and steady herself. And after a minute or two, she kind of looks up and she looks around trying to spot you.
Yeah.
And seems a little bit frantic. As
She
she's
goes
walking
over
out.
to her and kind of like grabs her hand. Looks up at her.
Hi.
Play.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just gonna hold her hand and walk up the street until
Okay.
I find the group.
Okay. So you guys see Maple leading this very nervous looking elf woman over to you. She's actually a drow. She's got long white hair that actually goes almost completely down her back. And someone want to roll a... Yes, does someone want to roll perception? Well, she looks very tired and very beaten down.
Oof.
What are we trying to perceive?
I don't know. Perceive it.
Just general when she's
Alright.
coming up. Okay, Kira. Because of the investigation and kind of what you guys were looking for, you look at her arms and you do notice again, and Nadinia sees this too. You see those marks. They're not as bad as on the corpses, but they are more prevalent. The kind of looping, vine ones. Much more so than anyone else in the factory had it, the other sponsors. You also notice that she has track marks on her arm too.
Like
The drug ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I spot my group and kind of head over that way.
Okay. And she sees all of you and she kind of like pulls a hood up that she has with what she's wearing, and she says, she kind of like pulls you. She's like, can we go somewhere a bit not in the open, please? There's a bar over this way. If you can please come with me.
And look to the rest of the group. Kind of like nod.
Alright. Spy nod.
Yeah. Oh,
All
I
right.
need to go into. I'll join you there.
Okay. And
Like-
she gives you just a quick description of where it is. So
I'll take her hand. It's okay.
Yeah, she is definitely shaking when you take her hand. And she leads you to probably the dirtiest, ugliest, seediest bar you've ever seen. And that includes you too, Quinn. No, that includes you too, Quinn.
No.
I use
I won't.
prestidigitation to make my hand very warm.
Okay. She doesn't seem to shake as much. and she kind of gives you a small smile back. But she leads you into, like I said, this very seedy. It's actually almost dark enough where you need dark vision to be in here. And she leads you to one of the back stalls.
I hate it.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible. She says, I'm sorry, it's not very nice, but the everyone is deaf here. Let's go with that. No one will listen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What was that?
Chris.
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
So she gets herself just water. She tells you not to trust too much on the, in terms of drinks.
So, what is happening?
Let's say for Maple, were you going somewhere else or were you just changing?
I did a quick thing in roll 20. I catch up.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yep. You catch up pretty quickly and you get into the stall with them. She says, first off, if I did something illegal that I regret, but it didn't hurt anyone, are you gonna make me go to jail?
It's not our job.
Promise?
I look to the others. I think we can promise that. We're definitely
Oh.
after bigger fish.
She nods and she says, I think I can help with that. And she looks like she's like about to cry and she's like, my my fiance Ronos is one of the people you found this morning in the store. Um we we really haven't made good life decisions, and she kind of scratches.
Yeah.
Yeah, she scratches her arm a bit and she says, and we were having a hard time affording what we needed with what we were being paid, and so we received an offer that there was someone else who had a plant who would be willing to pay much more for our magic and our silence, and we quit and we went and we joined them. But it was, I shouldn't have done it. I knew when we went in there it was dangerous and they didn't know what they were doing, and it was so poorly handled, and then the vine just, it wouldn't let go.
Did it look the same
And-
as the one inside the factory?
She nods. She says it looked the same. I thought it was okay because I've been with the plant. I've done this before, and it latched onto him and it wouldn't let go.
Do you
And
remember?
she-
Are there druids there monitoring it?
No, someone was there. He wasn't a druid. I
Dragon?
don't. He was tall. He was. I believe he was a half elf. He had long red hair. He looked very, um, um, he had a good face to look at. I remember. Well, he did something. What? And you just see she seems really puzzled, like she can't focus. Some sort of noise, and the plant stopped for a while, or it calmed down, but it wasn't druid magic. He didn't have it under control.
Do you think I can see your thoughts? I won't go too deep, but maybe if we get your raw memory, we can do more with it.
She nods and she says, she kind of laughs weakly. She's like, I'm sorry. You are more, you can. Of course, my habit has to ruin the one good thing I'm trying to do. And she says, please, if you can, try it.
Alright, I will try to use detect thoughts on this creature.
She does not resist, so I don't
Okay.
think you need any type of DC or any
No.
saving throw. Yep. It is pretty jumbled. From what you can tell, you see her and the tiefling. Basically, they were at a park, some sort of park, when these people met up with them. They were taken to a secondary location that they didn't know where it was. They saw the plant. They gave their magic a couple times, but one night it went wrong, and you just see kind of like this terror. She got grabbed by the plant. It grabbed some other people, and it wasn't letting go. And you do see kind of like this very honestly pretty man strode past her, and he opened his mouth, and you think there should be something coming out of it, but you don't hear anything. And the plant seems to calm down. But several of the people that the plant had grabbed are dead.
Can I use maybe an Arcana check to see what he did?
Yep.
And Kira looks uncomfortable. Oh god,
Oof.
she looks
All those
uncomfortable.
ones today, bud.
as she-
Not any type of magic that you're familiar with.
I'm just gonna do this right now. There we go. Okay, just gonna make sure.
Oof.
Where did the guy approach you? How did you get in contact with them?
My boyfriend knew him, Ramos. He somehow had heard about it. Oh, but and she pulls out her stone of sending, and she says, you can contact them through this.
And I have I'm still watching her mind for the next minute or so. So any like images, I'll try to.
Yeah, I mean, you see her have like a full mental breakdown. They put some money in her hand and told her to go home, and
Go home and shut up. Yeah.
she saw them pick up her boyfriend, fiance, throw him into the back of a
Young
wagon.
van.
Yeah, back of the battle wagon things, and she never saw him again. She went home, had a mental breakdown, used more drugs, and tried to cut it clean.
Can you text the number and say you have some potential new people for them for a fee?
Yeah,
You don't actually have to come.
No, you would not be involved in coming with that.
I will say they do get suspicious if too many people show up, and they test you before you go.
Fine.
But yeah, I can do it. Can you promise I'll be safe?
You'll be going home with
Yeah.
us tonight.
You'll be coming to the temple.
The temple up. Oh, okay. That would be great. Thank you.
Until this is over, you're under protection.
Thank you so much. And she looks like no, she is crying.
Kira looks like a lot different than she usually does. Like a lot more earnest.
Is it genuine?
Yeah. It's like, oh, I want to actually help this person. Gross.
Gross.
She nods and she takes it and she sends a message. It doesn't take long for a reply to come back, and she says, they said that they'll meet in the garden near the docks at close to midnight.
Okay.
And
Let's-
how did they test?
They just ask you to cast a spell. They just want to make sure that you can, actually give the plant what it needs.
As a wizard, I'm sure they'll be very happy to see mine.
She just nods and she says, "I'm gonna go grab my things. It shouldn't take long. I've had everything ready to go in case
I'll
something
go
happened."
with her.
Thank you.
Welcome to can't let you die. This.
You turn yourself into something that you don't look like yourself. Do you have that magic?
I normally would, but I used up all my spell slots.
No, you're fine. I'm talking to
I should.
you.
Oh, sorry.
I can turn invisible.
That works.
Kira, what do you have?
I have invisibility.
A knife.
And
Suggestion and whole person.
an
And
item.
my hat of disguise.
Your hat of disguise.
Just that.
Sorry, I'm dumb. I turn into like a palette swapped version of me.
An inverse Kira.
No.
Well, no, like black hair and
No, I'm
Red.
teasing.
robes, that kind of thing. Yeah, like if I was a fighting game character.
Mhm.
Yeah. You guys have plenty of time for tonight if you want to just, take her, have her grab her bags real quick, and then take
Go
her
up to the
back to the
temple.
temple.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really not that hard.
Cool.
I just want to make sure she's safe and good.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
turn back into the girl.
Okay. You drop her off with Maurice. He promises that he'll keep a good eye on her. And what is your guys' plan for
Real quick. While they're running around with the girl, I want to go find Blue Boy.
Nick?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll take Nadinia with me.
So yeah, you do.
Fucking rip.
Wink wonk.
All right.
So here's the issue. As everybody, like, I guess, departs to go deliver Lady to the church and everything like that, I look at Quinn and I say, I'm going back in there.
You're what?
Just like a flash forward of what Nadinia thinks she's doing. She's killing everybody.
It's like that scene in Toy Story 4 where like the two stuffies are like, yeah, this is gonna happen. We're gonna attack this old lady.
Yeah.
I
And
literally
what other-
didn't hear you though. What did you say?
Sorry.
I'm going back in there.
In where?
I'm gonna start walking towards the factory.
I'm going to go and kick some ass.
Why are you going? Why?
I'm going to start breaking them. I don't know when I'm going to stop.
You're just gonna go in the factory and start breaking shit? Look, listen, this is 100% something I'm on board for. But are we sure we want to do it now?
Like, fuck yeah, let's do it. But later.
I am pro doing this, but also having done really stupid things all the time for the entirety of my life, is now the time we want to do this.
I will say you can still be arrested for stuff.
like,
is the
breaking
thing.
and entering and killing innocent people you don't have any evidence on.
And be arrested and not being able to protect anyone.
Ass.
Okay, mysterious voice.
The mysterious voice of Istus. Hey, you're supposed to be the smart one.
Remember when you referenced that you were the adult with all the kids on a leash?
Look,
I don't
look,
think that's accurate.
it was pretty accurate until people were being hooked up to a machine. I'm sorry, a vine to get the life drained out of them very slowly. Now it's like,
I mean, they're not the ones killing people yet.
and first and second, Nadinia never claimed to be the most responsible one.
No, Chris did.
And therein lies the issue. So let's circle back onto the general property destruction and terrorism, and instead, we're gonna go meet my blue boyfriend.
She looks.
Did you just say they're gonna go meet your
Boyfriend?
blue boyfriend?
That's exactly what he said.
Boy, yes.
He's a boy and he is a friend, therefore
Yeah.
he is a boyfriend.
No
But see,
homo though.
you don't fucking know.
Okay.
Yeah, they could be homo. I hope not.
Okay.
Just bros being
Divide-
bros.
Just staring at the
Christ.
like in the direction of the factory and gripping my harpoon and then sigh and say, all right, let's go.
All right. So now that we have averted the property damage for now,
Wow.
Mhm.
I want to go find the blue boy.
All right. So Nick, the last job that you know he had was working with waste management,
Yum.
and it
He's a
takes
garbage man.
Listen, he has a
Chick-fil-A.
new job probably about every 2 weeks, which in this case you do find out he got fired.
I'm shocked.
How did this happen?
How could this have happened to my dear friend who is not an idiot? This is Quinn, like, literally talking to the manager.
So instead, you find him very easily at the bar spending the money that you gave him to buy drinks. His favorite bar at like this time it's probably like around 5 or so.
Well, it's better than 10 a.m.
He looks pretty drunk though. As he turns and he says, Quinn, and
Frog voice. Frog boy, yeah? Got something stuck in your throat there, bud?
Look,
His
You
head
can talk
just
to her.
explodes.
I'll even tell you her name, but you got to give me your thieves' tools.
Yeah, deal. Here, give me. Yeah, here you go. And he like
Gimme.
he throws you a set of kind of battered, like the case that they are in is battered. The tools look like they've never been fucking used.
Sounds about right.
It's like,
Uh,
yeah, this is my
We got
knife.
these because we're cool kids.
Yeah.
and he tries to like reposition himself in the seat, like leaning against it, kind of trying to look cool. And he says, "Hey."
This is
After-
Nadinia. Nadinia, this is Nick. Try not to break his bone. He's very fragile. I'm gonna go get a fucking drink.
In his brain, he's just like, step on me.
I mean, hi, hey.
Hey.
Hey, doing those finger guns, hey.
So do you come around here often?
Hello, Nick. How are
Hi.
you? Is it morning? Is it
5 p.m.
day?
Evening.
It's evening.
Mhm.
How are you this evening?
Great.
You know, I saw you back at the casino, and a certain someone promised to show you off to me, and well, you're okay.
Put your mic down, bud.
I'm going to drink heavily.
Nick
He doesn't
is-
even do it. He just says that, and then he walks away.
Nick is completely flushed and he almost falls out of his seat. He like turns to you, Quinn, with like a huge like smile on his face, like a puppy dog smile, like
Aw.
oh my god. He's like looking between. He's like, oh my god. He turns back. He's like, yeah, I get that a lot.
Yeah? Smooth
Oh,
recovery, bud.
I get that a lot. That I'm okay.
That's not true. Many girls call you repulsive.
Quinn, come on, be a wingman. Anyway,
I don't think you need
Hey,
a wingman, bud.
hey, you have already.
I think he's cute.
I've introduced you. I need like 7 more favors to be a.
Well, Quinn, what other favors are you willing to do? In fact,
sorry.
what
go ahead.
other favors are you willing to do for me?
Did you say that to Quinn or to Nick?
To Nick.
Quinn is just making gagging noises.
I a lot. A lot. A lot.
Beautiful.
He's so bad at this.
Oh, a lot. Well then. Quinn,
Yep.
I have a question. Do you remember what the people looked like down at the factory?
What? You cut out for me again.
Do you remember what the people looked like down at the factory?
I do, yeah.
I was too busy looking at a certain woman's neck, trying very hard not to grab it.
Hot. I'm sorry. Quinn, don't say that.
Fuck you.
Could you describe them to Nick here and see if he recognizes anybody?
I mean, he probably doesn't recognize his own mother half the.
Hey, that's
Oh,
not-
that's not nice. I'm sure Nick is a smart young fellow.
He like puffs himself up and he's like, yeah, Quinn, I'm a smart young fellow.
Fuck.
This guy is such a fucking idiot. He's
This
such
boy
a
a fuckboy.
moron.
I
not
start
even a
describing the
fuckboy.
dead bodies in their gross detail.
He's just like he's like all puffed up, but then he like slowly kind of deflates as you start talking. He's like, I mean, yeah, kinda. The fire ganassi sound, they sound like cinder and smoke.
Cinder and smoke.
Yeah, I knew him from stuff.
Oh, what kind of stuff?
What drug were they into?
It's kind of more like what they weren't into. But I don't do that kind of stuff, so
What kind of
wouldn't
stuff?
really know. Drugs and all that.
Oh,
What is the length of his shirt?
What'd
Like,
you
how
say?
many track marks can we see?
He does not have any track marks.
Ah, he's a refined boy.
No. He's
No,
just
He's lying.
he's naive as fuck.
No, he's scared of needles. Come on,
Oh.
guys.
Oh,
That makes
But
even
he's
more
not
sense.
scared of spears, huh? Okay.
Or throats around necks. Jesus Christ. Hands around necks.
Mm.
So they didn't happen to be, I don't know, thieves or anything like that.
I mean, maybe low time, like small time stuff. But
Small
nothing
time.
big. Like, pretty sure they used to pickpocket or, take stuff off stalls, but
I
nothing
mean, everyone down
serious.
here does that on occasion.
Oh. See, I like my guys when they're pirates.
Yeah?
I'm a pirate.
I think I have it's funny. I think I have an uncle that's a pirate.
Oh, I saw that you had that you had a set of thieves' tools, and I knew a couple boys that had thieves' tools on my crew.
Yeah. Quinn, give those back. Quinn, give them back.
Nuh-uh.
Quinn, give them back. Come on. Listen, this is why we bought them, was to impress girls. Come on.
You can get more easier than I can now.
No, I can't. I can't afford that. Come on.
Well, Nick,
You better get good.
Nick, if you're ever by the Temple of Istis, I would love to have you around for one of my training sessions.
Yeah.
She's gonna beat the shit out of you, dude.
That sounds great.
More gagging noises.
I look
Hush,
over
Quinn.
at
You'll understand when you're older.
look over at Quinn. So, Cinder and Smoke were their names. I wish I knew more of their names, so I can make sure when I punch that stupid bitch in her fucking mouth, I can recite each one.
You have all their names.
We were given like a docket of all the people who died.
Well, I want more the other ones that were in the factory.
Ah, okay.
I'm sorry. I thought when I said factory, so I
Oh,
were-
you
were
want me
in-
to just be describing random ass people in the factory?
Well,
Do you
well,
know
it was
this
the
lady?
ones that were hooked up that were like the lady who we saved basically at this point. Those people, the sponsors or whatever.
Mhm.
I don't know who the people they're draining.
I will tell you, Quinn, you do know that Nick has not a drop of magic to his name.
If he did, he probably would have lost it.
So and one other thing I didn't ask, but I probably would have. Do you have to be able to cast spells to be able to do it? To be
Yes.
able to get drained? Okay.
Mhm.
So like I couldn't
No.
get hooked up to it.
No. I think out of the group, it would have to be Kira or Quinn.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, then that's all I've got for Nick, unless he wants to say more things to me that's going to sound pathetic.
Probably. I don't want to get too much into it just because it's getting late and I want to hear what your guys' plan's gonna be.
I'm going to walk up to their front door tonight, and I'm going to ask them to let me in, and then I'm going to go up to the people who are hooked up to the plants, and then I'm going to cut them free.
If you remember, they are meeting you at a spot and then taking you to a secondary location. Or at least the people.
Nadinia is saying that she's not doing that.
Dina's got
Ah.
a different plan.
Nadinia
I
thinks
have a
she's going to be
diff-
doing that.
I have a completely different plan.
In character, you guys should come up with a plan.
Mm-hmm.
That's my plan. I don't know about your plan.
That's
Well,
not your
I'm-
plan.
Quinn, what's your plan?
That's not your plan.
Let's say that you guys meet up in the park several hours before you have to do this, but it's pretty secluded, so you guys can talk about it.
As me and Quinn are walking, I say over to Quinn, you didn't tell me he was cute like a puppy.
You find that cute? He's a pathetic pile of mush.
Like a puppy.
Like a puppy.
Right.
Right.
The
okay.
the only dog Quinn has ever seen is a familiar. So like, the dog he knows is pretty fucking.
Ah. By the
But,
way, you're not allowed to tell Kira any of this.
No, I mean you could probably break me in half. So
considering. Okay, yeah, sure.
Ha! I would never.
you would too.
I
Don't
mean,
fucking lie.
I would never. I would break you into several pieces.
There we go.
Anyways, meeting up with the others.
Yep.
So, what is the plan? Because I have a plan, and I'm sure you all have a plan. How do you think we should handle this?
Well,
What's your plan?
Knock on the front door, go inside, cut those people free, then kill anybody who stands in our way.
How the
that,
fuck are you gonna find the front door?
indeed.
Okay, I don't have a plan.
Okay, good.
Secondary plan.
Secondary plan.
Kira and I pretend to be junkies. You guys follow us when they throw bags over.
Ah, yes, junkies.
Well, here's the issue. I'm not good at sneaking or hiding.
I mean, you could tail me. I could be tailing them, so you don't necessarily have
I
to
could
hide.
make you invisible.
That is also a thing.
That'd work.
You just can't cast any concentration spells once to show them.
And I imagine when they try to drain me, they'll probably.
Oh, they're not touching you with that vine, Kira. I will attest to that.
Hopefully, it don't take you into too much of a high security place.
Oh, we're going to. If they do, then we're just busting them out immediately.
Right, thieves' tools. We need to go get those.
Oh, no, we don't. I saw a cute little tiefling boy who had a pair. Didn't we, Quinn?
Did you steal from
I
someone?
toss her my.
She like grabs them. Did you steal this from someone? Did you beat someone up and steal it from them?
I don't.
Cute tiefling boy, huh?
No, he
I'm
gave
not.
it to us.
I'm not a
Willingly.
barbarian.
Willingly.
Of course
Yeah.
he did.
But also, I give you my old set, not his.
Oh, thanks.
They're just as nice. They're just in a better case.
Okay. Thanks, might need these. Okay.
So
So
so step one, turn into and look like a bunch of junkies. Step two, tail the junkies at when they get kidnapped. Step three, break into the place where they get put. Step four, bust out the junkies.
Oh,
Step 5.
I probably tell. Holy shit.
Hmm?
Mercedes, because I can't fucking remember his name.
Maurice.
Maurice. I even looked at him when I can't read that. I'll probably tell Maurice like what we're planning on doing,
Okay.
and just be like,
Um,
"Hey, maybe have Val on standby unless something goes horribly wrong."
uh, he agrees. He says, well, once you guys know where you are, you can always just message me with a sending stone.
Yeah.
Ye old cellular device.
Listen, it's so much more convenient.
It is, especially since we have no one in the party that can do sending.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
also makes sense for the world you've set in front of us
Mhm.
with the magical
mean-
batteries, essentially.
Yeah. Anyways, continue.
Step 5. Kill anybody that stands in our way.
Beat the shit out of the shitty.
Maybe capture a
Destroy
few
the
and
plant.
try to find the big boss.
We don't really need to do that. We can just beat shit in the fun way.
I think that Maple has a point.
If we kill everyone at that location, then they can just fuck off and then we're out of options.
So then,
Because this is probably just one location.
what do we do? Wait to move to a different location?
Oh, right, I forgot. So, you guys know about the kid I saw on the boat, right?
Yes.
And the vines that came out of his mouth?
Hmm.
They're really fucking similar to that big tree they have in there. Like, different, but very similar.
Curious.
It's terrifying.
That too.
I'm wondering if this has to do with what I saw on the boat.
Well then,
Maybe those are the big bosses.
we should find this man that can control the vines. Maybe he'll be at the second location. If not, we just save the people and continue on. Perhaps we need to disguise ourselves. Because
Wasn't that step 2?
no, me and you. Because if they know who we are,
I mean, there's no problem with me doing that.
then they'll be less willing and more cautious around us. And then we'll never we'll never find the people we're supposed to. Anyways, we can worry about that once we save those people.
Okay.
All right. And I think that's where we're going to end session for today.
Can we
Yay.
level?
No, you did not level.
Damn it. Damn it.
We just
I
Did we
should
level in the
have
Monday game?
expected it. Huh?
Oh yeah,
Did we level in the Monday game?
No.
What?
Damn it.
But we killed so many things.
Like emotions. And not a rock.
Not a rock. And a deer.
Yeah, you know, tears. They give
And
so
almost-
much XP.
And almost Leo.
Yeah.
Leo was fine. He had like 40 health left.
Yeah.
That's like one attack.
Yeah, and then he just picks you up and drops you again.
Leo was fine. He'd only turn into a Death Knight immediately upon. That's a fine thing to be.
So
I'm
how'd
sure
you
Chris
turn
would
into a
let me
death
find
knight?
out.
How'd you turn into a death knight? Rock dropped me? You mean someone dropped a rock on you? No. Rock dropped me. Huh.
Also, no one commented on my John
Julio to
Mulaney.
know what a rock is, so it'd be like big ass bird. Big ass bird.
What'd you say, Jamie?
No one commented on my reference to when you said secondary location.
I didn't hear. What did you say?
It's a GIF.
The image she sent.
Oh, okay.
No one's seen
I
that
did
stand
a
up.
heh.
I
Sorry.
don't get it.
It's so good. Hold on, let me get the clip.
I got it.
Secondary location.
Oh God, Chris, you're fucking killing me with Nick.
Hey, I think he's cute. And you see my flaw. I can't help it.
Why did you two have to go for the dumbest boys I made?
Oh, you want me to go for the smart boy?
What smart boy?
Right?
They exist.
Not in your game.
Ugh.
I haven't met them yet.
I could go
Hmm.
for the smart girl, but she's kind of a bitch, so I can't. We're not compatible.
Yeah.
Mean? God.
There's no video of it because it's on Netflix.
Is it mean if it's true?
I didn't say it wasn't her.
Is it mean if it's true?
Yeah? It's so mean.
Oh.
So I went and I googled JJ Bittenbinder. Yeah, you have this.
Well then,
I didn't
let's
even.
play another episode of Mean Girls, shall we?
I didn't even. I scratched the
Fuck.
surface. Yeah. Okay, so just.
Okay, it's on Netflix. It's John Mulaney's at Radio City. If you guys have Netflix, it's
so good.
so good. It's like that bit where he's talking about the JJ Bittenbogen, the detective, that's like street
Oh,
smarts.
yeah.
It's
Street
that part.
smarts.
It's that bit where it's like, yeah, don't let them take you to a secondary location.
Street smarts.
Street smarts. God, I have to rewatch that now. Fuck.
Honestly, no. If you have not seen John Mulaney, you probably would really like him.
You would really like him. He's fucking hilarious.
I've seen some of his stuff.
Radio City is probably one of his best ones.
Mm.
Only incidentally.
Do you have Netflix?
I don't.
Right. It's only on Netflix. Let's see if I can find like a thing.
I've seen GIFs, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the Salt and Pepper Diner skit?
No.
It's the one where he went in, where him and his friend, when they were little, went into a diner and played like a million things of What's New Pussycat.
Being married so nice, I never.
And then after, I think it was like 7 or 8 times they played it, they put in one It's Not Unusual. And then went back and put in a ton of What's New Pussycat.
Hold on, let me
Like-
get the clip. I'm getting the clip because I know that's on YouTube.
Oh yeah, that's definitely on YouTube. That's so fucking funny.
That's not YouTube.
Oh my god. I remember after I had seen that, I was at like, I can't remember if it was a bar or where I was at, but like What's New Pussycat came on the jukebox and I like
I wanna-
instantly my head snapped towards it. I was like, oh my god, someone better not fucking do it.
That one.
Alright.
It's a 6-minute clip, so.
Okay, I might watch it later.
Yeah. It's really fucking good. I was like, that's the first video I saw of him, and it was on Tumblr. And that's when I first learned of him. And I just recently learned that there's a show of John Mulaney and Tan from Queer Eye doing a video together. I need to find it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's funny.
It's like Dirty Fashion or something like that.
Mhm.
I just recently learned about that, so I need to find that tonight. I'm gonna end the VOD though.
Yeah.
Mhm.